Honestly, I'm really proud of this. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is different than anything I've done before because I am gonna share. LeBron, I would love for you to leave me alone. As you can see by the title, I'm gonna be sharing 50 things about me that you might not know. So in order to prevent this video from being 20 minutes of me just talking about myself, I'm just gonna get started. I guess we should start with the basics. You should probably know that my name is not Bryn, well, my first name anyways. My first name is Rebecca. My middle name is Bryn. I've gone by Bryn my entire life, so I'm not really sure when my parents decided to do that. I guess they wanted to complicate everything and confuse everybody, but I actually love that and I love my name. My birthday is May 21st. I have 3 siblings, 2 sisters, 1 older sister, 1 younger sister, and 1 younger brother. And growing up with 3 siblings was so much fun, which is why I want 4 kids. Parker does not. You don't want 3 siblings? How could you not want a million of these? I would honestly have 12. That brings me to my next fact. I hated being pregnant, and I don't like to say that because it makes me feel and seem ungrateful for the fact that I was able to get pregnant and carry a child full term and give birth, and that is a blessing and I don't take it for granted. But being pregnant was the absolute worst. If you want me to talk more about that, let me know because I will. So I said I have 3 siblings. That is biological from the same parents. Then I have 3 brother-in-laws, my husband's brother's wife, my best friend Aubrey, you've already seen her, and then I have another honorary sister, Camille, Aubrey's sister, so lots of siblings. Parker and I have been married for 4.5 years. We met in church when we were 16 and 17 years old, and we have been dating for almost 10 years. Parker is the only boy I have ever dated. He's the only boy I've ever held hands with. He's the only boy I have ever kissed. So he was the first and he will be the last. Parker is also a youth pastor at our church where we met 10 years ago. I moved out of my parents' house when I was 18 and I have been on my own with roommates or married ever since then. I have a cat named LeBron who is being an absolute nuisance right now.
Story of his life.
This one might shock anybody that knows me and knows how much I love Disney, but I have never seen the movie The Lion King. I never saw it when I was a kid, and then it became such a big deal that I had never seen it that I just avoided it just so that it could be my interesting fact. At school, I'd be like,
I've never seen The Lion King.
and everybody's like, no way! And I was like,
Yeah, seriously.
my favorite movie in the entire world is A Little Princess. If you've seen this movie, we are kindred spirits because I think 10 people in the country have seen this movie, and if you're one of them, we're just connected.
LeBron, stop being annoying.
I love photography. I've been learning a lot about it recently, and I've been taking pictures for my church for a couple years, and I love taking pictures of babies and kids and families and just capturing memories that people can look back on forever. This is kind of a weird one, but I have a very strange obsession with vacuum lines, and I have been actually very upset for the past like 3 years because we bought a house with no carpet in it. Our entire house is hardwood floor, so I can never vacuum. I don't even think we have a vacuum anymore. In our apartment, I was a vacuum line artist. I would do the lines, I would do a circle, like, you know, if I was feeling frisky, I'd do like a spiral. I love vacuum lines and I miss them. So if you guys want me to come vacuum your house, please let me know. Another weird thing about me is that I love candles, but I refuse to light a candle unless the room that it is in has been deep cleaned. There is something so fundamentally wrong to me about lighting a candle in a dirty room. I have been to Africa, but I was allergic to it. That's another story for another time. I have been to Santiago, Chile. We actually have a campus of our church in Santiago, so that's why I went there. It was amazing, beautiful. I love everybody that was there, and one day I will go back, but I will never go back to Africa because I'm allergic to it. I used to live in Spokane, Washington because I am a pastor's kid, and we moved there when I was 2 for my dad to plant a church. I have also been to Canada because I used to live in Washington. It's like not a big deal to just go to Canada. I definitely didn't have a passport when I went to Canada, so I'm not sure how I got there. Maybe I just went on a walk and I just was like in Canada all of a sudden. In high school and middle school, I was a serious choir nerd. I would have practice before school. 3 of my periods during school were like jazz choir, chorale, and then I would have practice after school. It was a lot of singing, but it was like honestly some of the most fun and best memories of my entire life. Staying in the music vein, I play piano. I've been playing piano since I was probably 6, and I am terrible at reading music, so I play totally by ear. Ooh, I gotta put Leo down to show you my next fact. This is a good one. I'm gonna pick you up in 2 seconds, okay? Just watch what mommy can do. I'm honestly so proud of this. And it really makes me really grateful for my thumbs because you literally can't do anything without your thumb. Have you tried to pick up a water bottle without your thumbs? I can't even grasp this cup. Do you want to send a text? Well, you can't because you can't hold your phone and you can't text. I cannot and will not eat spinach unless the stems are picked off, which is very time consuming, but I'm sorry. There's nothing worse than spinach stems. I'm gonna just stick with the food thing for a second. I absolutely hate bananas. Don't even talk to me about bananas. I can't talk about it. I hate it too much. The only kind of milk I will drink is unsweetened vanilla almond milk. I also love stale popcorn. Do you guys remember being little and going to see a movie with your parents and they splurged? They got the big refillable bucket of popcorn and they were not gonna leave that movie theater unless they got it refilled because that's a waste of money. So for like a week at your house, you would have an old bucket of popcorn sitting on the counter. Is this just me? This might just be me. But I liked it better like after a couple days. I don't know, call me crazy. I like stale popcorn. I have one tattoo. It is of a sun. You're not gonna be able to see it right now, but it's like right here. I got them done with my sisters Aubrey and Camille. Other than just being matching tattoos with them, I love the sun. My song with my mom has always been "You Are My Sunshine." I get seasonal depression if I don't see the sun for like 48 hours. We're gonna circle back to the kids thing now. Another fun fact is that we were not trying to have a kid when we got pregnant with Leo. Yeah, you're the best thing that ever happened to me. You know that? He's smiling at me so big. God knew we needed this boy and so he gave him to us. That's just how you know God's plans are better than your own. I can't imagine life without him. I'm the biggest nerd when it comes to Harry Potter. I didn't even read all the books till I was literally 22 because, you know, pastor's kid. I was not allowed to read them growing up when everybody else my age was reading them because it was witchcraft. I know, witchcraft. When I was 5 years old, I broke my leg in several places on a trampoline and my dad didn't believe me and he made me walk on it for like 2 days before he took me to the hospital. I dropped out of college, another long story for another day. I cannot stand sports and I've tried to learn what the heck is going on. I literally could not care less. This is like more of a confession than a fact, but Parker and I are like senior citizens and a lot of times before we go to bed at night, we'll just lay there and cuddle and watch Family Feud. One day when we have 4 kids, we're all gonna go on Family Feud together. This is also kind of embarrassing, but I have seen every single episode of Grey's Anatomy that has ever aired, which I looked up. There's been 338 episodes. And I have seen all of them. And I gotta be honest, you guys, that show is really going downhill. I should have stopped watching it. Spoiler alert, after McDreamy died, the show should have ended. But they keep going, and I feel like I've invested so much time at this point into watching all of these episodes. I'm just gonna stick it out till it's over. I can't quit now. I'm gonna be faithful to the end, and then when it's over, we'll all just breathe a sigh of relief and move on with our lives. Speaking of Grey's Anatomy, I met April Kepner. I was eating lunch after church one Sunday with Aubrey and Camille and there was just this voice that sounded so familiar and I looked over, it's freaking April Kepner and I immediately felt like I was gonna throw up. I was so nervous. She was literally in the table next to us and I was panicking. I was like, what do I do? I want to meet her so bad, but I didn't want to be so annoying and be like, oh my gosh, I love you so much, because she was just trying to eat lunch. Why, am I really gonna bother her? Yes, I definitely am. We built up the courage to go say,
hey, we love you, Grey's Anatomy.
And she was literally so nice and she stood up and hugged us and was telling us how sweet we are. And she was everything and I loved her even more after that. This is a random fact, but I love sneezing. I only sneeze like 3 times a year. I have no allergy problems and I'm not allergic to anything, but sneezing is the best. I have to sleep with a sound machine on. I cannot sleep to silence. I cannot sleep to the TV. It has to be white noise only. My poor husband used to be able to sleep through anything and he can't sleep without it anymore either. So if you haven't started, then don't, because you'll be ruined and never be able to sleep without it again. I'm the biggest morning person that I have ever met. I've never required a lot of sleep and I've always kind of woken up with the sun, just because when the sun is up, I just like to be up, which also translates into I am done. At like 8 p.m. I cannot talk, I cannot think. All I can do is sit in bed and watch Family Feud. I'm not a night person at all, but I love mornings. Breakfast is my favorite meal of the day. And I just love the feeling of a new, fresh start, you know? It's like God's mercies are new every morning, so I will love the mornings. I love you. I love you. Yeah? I love you. I wear contacts or glasses every single day, mostly contacts because I don't like glasses. I feel like they just are always in the way. And it really scares me because I'm so blind without them that I'm like, what if the apocalypse happened, somebody stepped on my glasses and I ran out of contacts? I would be completely helpless. I probably think about the apocalypse too much. I love roller coasters. I'm an adrenaline junkie. Anything that's gonna make me scared, I even kind of like scary movies, except scary movies are usually gross and bad, and I don't like that, so maybe not. I love almost all kinds of music. I love really weird music. I love listening to choir music. I love old music from the 20s. I love old rock and roll, that thanks to my dad. I listen to a lot of Christian music. I listen to classical music and jazz and a lot of folk music. One thing I will not listen to, if it was the only option in the world, I still would not listen to country music. He feels the same way. It sounds like, oh, the lyrics are so bad. All they talk about is like tractors and beer and girls. Yeah, it's just the worst. I can't relate to country music. He feels me. Country music is just bad. We don't like it. I think that was 50. If it was a couple less, I'm sorry, but Leo's hungry and, you know, I'm a mom now, so I have priorities and they're not to film this YouTube video, even though I love you so much. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something you didn't know about me. And if you knew all that about me, then I love you so much. Let me know your most interesting fact. I would love to hear what was your go-to in elementary school when you had to do a fact. We'll see you in the next one. Say bye.